Hey everyone, this is Aarti. Welcome to my YouTube channel Ace English Academy. In this channel, I will be sharing videos on the basics of English grammar. My videos will help you to improve your grammatic skills, as I have designed each video to help you to use English effectively. And if you like my videos, please like, share and comment. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon for future notifications. Thank you. Keep supporting, keep watching my videos. So let's start.
So let's start today's topic, that is future tense. We have already read about the present tense and the past tense in the previous videos. And this video is about future tense and its two types, future indefinite tense and future continuous tense. So first let's understand that what is future tense. The future tense shows the future time of an action. Okay. The future tense is a verb tense used to talk about something that will happen or will be true in the future. So when we talk about the future, what is going to happen, we always use future tense for that. So let's see the future tense and its types. See here. As we have discussed about the future tense, that is used to talk about the something that will happen or will be true in the future. Further classified into four types: simple future, future continuous, or we call it future progressive tense, future perfect, and future perfect continuous, or we call it future perfect progressive tense. Let's move on now. Let's discuss about the simple future tense or future indefinite tense. So let us understand now about the future indefinite or simple future tense in detail. See here, the simple future tense denotes an action that will take place in the future. It expresses facts and certainty. So what we understand, that what it tells about that action will be done in the time to come. Okay, but one thing, there is no mention about it being completed or continued. So this is not clear in this tense, that whether the action is completed or continued. We just come to know about an action which is going to take place. Okay. So what is the sentence structure for this? See here, subject, shall will, verb first form and object. So here are the subject: first person, second person, third person. All I have written all together: I, we, she, he, it, you, they. With all of them, we can use will and shall. Keep this thing in mind. Later on, I will clear you about the use of, I will tell you in detail about the use of will and shall. Okay. And here is the main verb first form. One thing keep in your mind, that shall, we can use shall, as we have read that we use shall with I and we. We use shall with I and we, but in which statements? We use it in the more formal statements. Otherwise, it is equally perfectly okay to use will in place of shall. So let's understand in detail. Let us understand about the use of will and shall here in detail. See here. We we use shall with I and we, but we can also use will with I and we. When? See here. I have divided the future tense into two types: normal future tense and strong future tense. So when we talk about the normal future statements, like plans, normal plans, expectations, predictions, at that time we use shall. with I and we. But when we talk about the strong future statements like promise, determination, command, we use will with the I and we. Okay. And similarly, if we talk about this you, she, he, it, they, we use will when we talk about the normal plans, expectations, predictions, and we use shall when we talk about promise, determination, and command. But one thing I want to make you clear here, that in the modern English, shall has become very uncommon, and it is perfectly okay to use will in all the statements. And if it is unclear to you that what I should use, I must use in this statement, and you are getting confused in the use of about the use of will and shall, always use will in that statement, because that will be perfectly okay to use will. So let's move on now. Let's understand in detail about the uses of future indefinite tense. So here, to predict an event in the future, we use future simple indefinite tense to predict an event in the future. How? See here, uncle will come home tomorrow. Prediction. To express willingness. How? See here, his brother will carry the suitcase for you. Expressing willingness. To give orders. See here, you will do what I tell you to do. For giving order, what we are using here? Simple indefinite tense. To invite. Will you sing song? So this is how we can use future indefinite tense for predicting an event in the future, to express, for expressing willingness, for giving orders, and for invitation. We use future indefinite tense. Means we use will, shall, but see, you can see here I have rarely used shall, because it is perfectly okay to use will. So will and which form of verb? Verb first form. So here you can see will come, will carry, will do, will sing. So will and first form of verb. Moving on now. I have made here these rules for this different types of sentences: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. How you can make such statements in some this simple future tense. Subject will, first form, object I will travel around the world. Negative statement, just add not. I will not travel around the world. And in interrogative statements, will be in the front of the statement. See here, will in the place of subject, and subject comes to second place. See here, will I not travel around the world? And what? Sign of interrogation. See here, I have missed it. Sign of interrogation. Here I have made all the sentences to the verb see. I will see, I won't see, won't. I will not. So in place of will not, I have, what is the contracted form for will not? Won't. Will I see? So here I can make like that also. I shall see, I shall not see, shall I see? So that will also be correct. You will see, you won't see, will you see? He, we, they. Similarly, I have made sentences with all of them. Go through these sentences. Let's move on. Let us understand about the future continuous tense now in detail. So what is future continuous tense, or what we call it future progressive tense? The future continuous tense depicts an action that is likely to happen in the future and continue for an expected length of time. This progressive tense talks about the expected length of the time. It does not tell us about the action which is taking place in future or which will be taking place in future, but it also tells about the length of the duration of the time in which that action will take place. See here the sentence structure. Subject shall will be verb first form ing. Because it is continuous tense, I have told you in the present tense and the past tense that always in the continuous tense we use first form of verb with ing. So see here, I, she, he, it, you, we, they. I have written will and shall with all of them. We already understood about the use of will and shall. So verb be plus verb first form, work and ing. So here you can see that less commonly and in more formal situations only we can use shall instead of will with I and we. Let us understand now the examples and uses of the uses of future progressive or future continuous tense. It is used to denote an action that will be in progress at some point in the future. Duration of time. See here example. She will be having dinner with us tomorrow. So it takes time to eat. So when we talk about the duration of any action, we use that. For that, what we use? Future continuous or progressive tense. Let's see second example. Robin will be joining us at the meeting. The meeting takes place for some duration of time. So similarly, what we use here? Will be joining. Next use to denote an action verb. So with action verbs, we use future continuous tense. I shall be running the marathon next month. Robert will be reading various kinds of books. So here running and reading both are action verbs. So with action verbs, we use progressive tense. That is be plus ing and which form of verb? First form of verb. Be plus ing and first form of verb. Let's move on now. See here the rules for the affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences in future continuous tense. So this is affirmative, simple positive sentence. Shall, will be, verb first form, ing. It will be storming tomorrow. Negative, what we will do? Add not. It will not be storming tomorrow. Question statements are interrogative. Will it be storming tomorrow? And the sign of interrogation. I hope this is very clear to you now. Let's see the examples for all the types of sentences. So here are the sentences with the verb stay. I will be staying, I will not be staying. What we call it? Won't. Will I be staying? So here I have used with will with all of them. So you can go through all these sentences. Take your time, read all the sentences. See here, I want to tell you about the use of present continuous tense in future tense. How we use present continuous for the future tense. Let us see here. The structure of the present progressive tense can also be used when an action is promised, arranged, planned to take place in the near future. See, I hope you remember the present continuous tense, that what we use in it is MR plus verb, past form and ing. See here, we are moving to Texas next week. Are moving. So this is used in present continuous tense. But how come the statement is telling us about the future? Next week. So this statement is can be used for the future tense. The bus is leaving at 6 p.m. So going to leave at 6 p.m. So is leaving again present continuous tense. So this is how we can use the present continuous or present progressive tense, because in that also an action is going to take place in the near future. So let us see about the using going to in the future tense. See here, for plans and intentions, what we use going to. See here, I think Miguel and Mary are going to have a party next week. Are going to. So here the use of going to also tells us about the future tense. We are going to have dinner together tomorrow. Next, for predictions. See here. He is going to be a brilliant politician. This is prediction. What we have used here? Going to. You are going to be sorry you said that. Here also you are. I have used both of them in contracted forms. So equally with the use of will and shall, we can use this going to and present continuous tense with the future tense. So I hope now about you this future tense is clear to you. So this was about the two types of future tenses, future indefinite and future continuous tense. Thanks for watching. Keep supporting. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel ACE English Academy. In next video, we will learn about future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. Till then, happy learning.